everybody, what is going on? So in this video, let's talk about Zootopia possibly coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom. So the rumors have really been heating up in regards to this potentially new land at Disney's Animal Kingdom. And it's sort of a divisive topic in a lot of ways, because a lot of people don't feel, well, there's part of the fan base feels Zootopia has no place in Animal Kingdom, and the other part of the fan base feels, yeah, I mean, it's a movie based on animals, why not, right? So there is this like fan divide as to whether this property fits or doesn't fit into the park. Now, personally, for me, I'm on the side of I think it fits just fine in Disney's Animal Kingdom. Like the movie it leans so heavily into the animals, right? Like the characteristics of the various animals. Like, for example, the DMV guy who's a sloth is characteristically really, really slow, right? All the city, the aesthetics, it has like cheetah print and like horns, like adorning all the skyscrapers. Zootopia leans very heavily into the animal aesthetics, into the animal characteristics. Okay. So I feel like for that, yeah, it fits into a park based on animals, right? That's just how I feel. Now, I do, though, understand the perspective of the people that don't like this idea of Zootopia coming into Animal Kingdom. And I've seen a lot of these arguments, and they're valid. They're definitely valid, where they feel, Zootopia deals with a lot of human issues. So it's more of a human story kind of told through animal characters. Okay. And I understand that. And I can see their perspective on that. But I think it's a little different than, say, Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse, right? Like Mickey and Minnie are mice, but they don't really play into the characteristics of being mice. Like you don't really see Mickey and Minnie like really craving cheese, and they don't live like in a little knot hole, in a wall, or they're not characteristically mice. They don't behave like mice. They don't act like mice. There's really no reference to them being mice other than their name and maybe their ears, right? So it's different than Zootopia, because Zootopia actually these characters actually play to their animal side in a lot of ways, right? So I think it's different, in my opinion, than something like that. Now, another thing too is like, I think that the general public, right? And really, this is what Disney is marketing to. They're marketing to the general public. As much as the diehard fans like myself and others want to believe, like we have a major say in this, we really don't. Disney wants to market to as many people as possible. And the general masses is really the target audience, okay? And for the general masses, the general public, they see a property in Zootopia based on animals, in a theme park based on animals. And that's as far and as deep as it goes for 90% or more of the general public. Oh, yeah, it's Zootopia. Oh, it's animals. It's in an animal park. That fits, right? I mean, that's basically as far as most people think about it. I mean, the reality is, now as theme park fans, we analyze it like, oh, well, no, it's human issues. It's not animal issues. We go through the whole thing, right? But at the end of the day, the general public doesn't do that. They just don't. So I think that Disney's going to go ahead with this land. I really, really do. I think this is a popular franchise. It was a hit movie. They have a new show coming out on Disney Plus for Zootopia. I really do think they're going to do this. And really, Animal Kingdom, again, as fans, as much as we hate it, needs more IP. The general public loves these franchises, and it definitely drives attendance. And this is a franchise that's popular and new and relevant still, where they can put it into this park and it could really drive more attendance. And I think that's where we're at right now. I really do. I think they're going to do it. And I'm all for, like, look, I'm not against it. I'm really, really not. We've seen similar complaints here in California about California Adventure. And I'm not going to digress too far, but just to kind of give an example, I see a lot of people complaining about like Cars Land and like Pixar Pier and things like that. And my argument for DCA was kind of the same thing in that, you know, these are very California stories or California locales, you know, Route 66, a pier, you know, things like that. But they're told through the Disney kind of Disney colored glasses, so to speak. It has that it's a Disney-fied version of these places, right? And I think Animal Kingdom will kind of be the same thing. It's a Disney-fied version of these animals, and it's not a realistic portrayal by any means, but they're animals in an animal park. And I think for that, I think that's enough justification for the general public. Maybe not for the diehard fans, but for the general public, I think it's enough justification where people aren't going to walk into Zootopia at Animal Kingdom and go, oh, gee, why is Zootopia a land based on animals in a park based on animals? Most people in the general public aren't really going to think about it. It's going to seem very natural. It's not going to be a jarring situation for most people, in my opinion. But what do you guys think about Zootopia coming to Animal Kingdom? Do you like the idea? Do you love the idea? Do you hate the idea? Okay, so whatever it is, whether you love it or hate it, comment below. I'll love to hear from you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, have a magical day. Bye-bye.